The thing that sticks out is Ali. He doesn't play Sage. The guy plays everything, and he doesn't play Sage. This is really strange from him specifically, even here on Icebox. And so I'm curious to see what he's been cooking up with coming into what is going to be a crazy buff in the next patch for her.
Yeah, a little distance upgrade makes that res a little bit more stable. But on top of that, I think there is a level, and I don't mean to make Sage sound simple, but all you got to do is play reactionary. Throw a slow orb, throw a barrier orb, or on the attack, put a barrier orb down and plant the spike. So we'll see. Zerona's able to find first blood, kind of highlighting that Sova play. Not that there was much Sova action involved, just good pistol shots. Push through the toxic screen here. Winthrop feeling frisky, works out for one, but nothing more. Ali, last one left. Doesn't matter what agent you play, you got nowhere to go. That'll be an easy pistol for Maryville.
Playing the I don't care contest is just a little tougher when you're 4v5 on attack on this map. It's you're pushing through the screen. You have so many different altitudes to check for, and Maryville can just kind of win a war of attrition from there. Just shred away and pop whatever heads are in front of you. Pretty basic from there after you lose your opening lurk. Not really much more to work with other than that lone firefight. Yeah. Decent amount of ground gained. I will say, you know, Winthrop already making it known that they're going to be continuing to just put that battering ram and W key.
Well, it's been nothing but pistol wins so far for Maryville in this series. Chloric going to feel a little bit of pressure on to B, and honestly, again, this is the presence of having that Sage. Put the wall down, plant, and now it's just down to how far do you want to try to play this, and once again, Maryville able to receive the hit, trying to get over to Snowman. Governor finds one, but cannot stay there. Ali, good damage. Whoa, hold on a second, and almost got that to a 1v1. But Maryville will take the win. Just limits the bonus just a touch here going into round 3.
But you're seeing that blueprint that you mentioned with Ali being able to play so much more active once you get all that default stuff down. You know exactly how the round is going to work out with this Sage wall, and it's really hard to combat it as it's going up. So Winthrop knows a lot of the time, Maryville's just going to let the spike go down, let everyone take over their default positions on site, and then overwhelm in the fight. And Ali clearly playing into that confidence, saying, I will fight, and I will fight first. Very willing to just step the most forward and grab the most kills. Again, he can do it all, and he's going to do it on Sage today. He doesn't care. The bonus coming in with that res intact as well. Big setup to be able to get their own ball rolling here on the attack round, despite, like you said, Maryville having to play really heavy into this half.
Yeah. Well, Zerona going to kick us off with a huge first blood.
Yeah.
And that slows down Winthrop almost to a crawl. Finally, the trade comes through, but the follow-up is perfect, and Maryville's looking good for the bonus here. And there is an opportunity, if they can maybe play a little bit further forward on this A site, maybe they can actually collect some of those weapons depending on how this next action goes.
I noticed a leg there from Renz. The Governor's still got a cross.
Oh, plus the tag on the side too.
So rough, dude. Wow. I mean, Zerona for one. Holy, with that second after Lop and open, just holding down the ult orb. Infiltrator just kind of dip diving in a little too heavy to get things started. And it turns into MU getting to slow everything down so hard. You saw, I mean, Winthrop are so drip or drown when it comes to their attack rounds. Infiltrator is unnecessary evil in order to get this spear thrown. And if you don't have him, you don't have a lot of power going forward for your team. You don't have a lot of ways to activate it. And that's the one thing Winthrop needs with this comp.
Ooh, a couple of heads we're seeing on this cross. That's going to alert Giza that he's got to keep his eyes open. Giza, not even needed though. Renz is just getting freebies over the top with an outlaw. Granted, again, this is a save round. Did we not learn our lesson, Clark? He did it in round 4 this time instead of round 2, to be fair.
Exactly, it's more guaranteed.
I guess we'll come to find out. Don't shoot bodies too early, though. It's just lessons to be learned, potentially. It's bad mojo in the universe.
I think we're trying to make karma a complete non-factor this match. Maryville just want to completely suffocate this attack. If you can continuously find a way to turn the spear tip into a pin drop And on Icebox, that could be really easy to do if you find the right sight line out the gate, like these guys have been doing. Then there's really no stopping you from just having that iron wall up.
So true. And not to sound like a broken record, but this is starting off a lot of the same ways that we saw from map number 1. Both teams just happy to take opening engagements, trying to assert that dominance over these choke points early.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're breaking walls and having our owl drones out. It's just, it feels like Winthrop's getting a little caught off guard by how aggressive Maryville wants to play the map.
You look like an NPC in the middle of that door, calling that drone.
Hunter's Fury earned with that play. It looked like there was going to be some sort of a call to try to challenge that, but
yeah,
Maryville counteract with utility of their own. So as slow as he may have been, doesn't matter if you're crouched grabbing it all to an orb. So
Maryville's keeping the stack here on A. All right, he'll start rotating Renz over, and that orb will do a lot of slowdown. So and able to play very confidently here for a moment until everything else is let go of.
yeah, and Andrew really isn't calling for help immediately. Renz will make his way over, but only has an operator, so can really only peek this through Snowman.
You're just trying to win out the screen, and you have, and you legged Glyph?
No.
Okay, that's ambitious, my friend.
It's also extremely unfortunate. And still holding closer to sight. Wow, nice shots on the top. Here's the ropes, but the barrier orb reinforces. That's enough time for Rez to try to come through. Giza trying to follow off that, but Winthrop do out-trade it. Zerona at mid-map, though, creates maybe an opportunity, especially if Chloric can hold Snowman. 2v2 action. Winthrop stepping up. Ali trying to bring one back to life, and that's enough to get Infiltrator into the fold. So we have a 2v2 again. And now the help is finally coming. Zerona can try to stall this with the Hunter's Fury, may even find the elimination, but where are we sending this? Doesn't matter. Still finds one. Infiltrator, full HP, not affected by any of that. Recon Bolt not going to reveal. Barrier or breaks, and the snap is not there. Chloric hangs on to the site, and Maryville will get their 5th.
He was there practically the whole time during that fight as well. Maryville just trying to hold on to Snowman, and I mean, everyone was backed out into it by the end of it. But they can still overwhelm, they can still time out. So many moments of slowdown there from the Toxic Orb to that op from Renz, who was like, just like sauntering over there. Just a real dominance out the gate here from Maryville University with pretty minimal commitment to any sort of like compiled fight. Maryville's just putting up some roadblocks, and it's been doing so much. And it's again been kind of individual.
That I you know, we talked about that in the first map, you know, shooting through smoke. Those connecting, like sometimes that just feels a little bit lucky. This feels a little different. Like Winthrop is just not able to get through a lot of this opening contest. And that has to be the subject of conversation here about, do we need to spend more to make sure we actually get decent looks as a healthy stack on some of these sites? Because their 2 attempts over towards B that have tried to play off of a plant has been pushed through the site, and that's been denied from the top of the kind of drawbridge up to kitchen. So got something to figure out here if you're Winthrop. They really haven't given A true go yet, and I wonder if that might be something they try for in the near future. But you're right, there is a lot of this that you look at the replays, you go, well, it is a little individual. Like that little shot from And before the barrier orb gets up, like, ah, darn it. Like quarter of a second later, we're chilling, but I don't know, not comfortable for Winthrop, and I won't say this is a must-win round here for them, but they've got the tools to possibly pull this one back, and with the Blade Storm being committed early, you want to see something, you would think.
It really does just have to be firepower. You relegated yourself to not having a flash now that you don't have the Gecko, and you relegated yourself to not having a secondary smoke. So it's got to come entirely off the shots, and that's a really good one, Infiltrator. Let's see more of those.
That's what we call a BDE challenge right there. A little shoulder, a little jump out, one tap with a knife. And stepping up and gives away his position just a touch there with that little pre-fire. Anything to flush him out? Defense is rotated a touch, but the spike is not here, so no immediate commitment. Shock dart is sidestepped. And Infiltrator is just waiting for the call on what we're doing.
It's just such a tough conversation to have of how much you can commit to this, because I mean, even the shock darts cover such little space on one choke point that Ange is just continuing to hold. You really do just have to fight it out. That's all you can do at this point. It's so committal from Infiltrator, dude.
What are we doing?
He's alone with that.
You saw the defense starting to move over to say with the Jets here, but Zerona double checks his back before leaving. And we'll see. Nope, it's actually going to be a hit over here at A. And Giza right in position to deal with it. Lockdown going to stall this back even further. And there may not even be time to give this another chance here for Winthrop. I mean, there may be an opportunity for Ollie if he decides to sprint forward. But no, not even now. And Maryville's looking polished defensively. This has been perfect.
Yeah, I mean, they understand how minimal the attack ends up being util-wise. At the end of the day, they're so easily able to skirt a majority of what is thrown at them, and intel doesn't really matter all too much. Because again, there's not too many smokes. You can just kind of sidestep and move around and shuffle your players a little bit. That being said, obviously, Maryville are going to run into those same problems when we switch sides, because this is a mirror comp after all. So I expect Winthrop will have the same level of stagnation that they can play into. But, I mean, if Maryville make it 12-0, does that matter, you know?
12-0, yeah, that one probably matters, but like 9-3, you know?
We can swing that. We could. We could.
Let's serve the meme a little bit, 10. Zerona is going to step up again. Hunter's sure going to get called out for the attack. Winthrop trying to go quickly. If they don't clear this angle, though, okay. They got away with one there because Zerona almost got two. Blades are out for the response. Ren's feeling the pressure, trying to find an angle over the top of the toxic screen. Can't see anything yet, but honestly, this is kind of whatever. And Maryville have not been pushed off this site at all. The barrier orb for the offense doesn't really give them a path to get on nor plant, so there's still a lot of work to be done here. Moves to get up top. Ren's holding one angle, the rest of the team locking down the other, and how about it? Ange and Giza, casual energy. Governor gives himself a chance, though. This would be a 1v4, but the shot for Ren's connects just at the last moment, and Maryville stay perfect on the scoreboard.
I mean, it really is just like a feather hitting a punching bag. Like, Winthrop, come up, sirens blaring, everyone gassed, alive, kicking. We're on site, and we have something to say. And then no bullets are fired, no spike is planted, nobody is flushed out of sight, no real progress is made, and Maryville make it 7-0. There is no way to evolve from this at this point as well. Like, there's no real progression you can make. The Hunter's Fury, that was what you do. You split the board with that. That was enough. That should have done it. That was the round. And now you have a pit up.
Lockdown, gonna clear the pit though. So now you get a plant. Ange detained. Barrier orb scaled deep, and you see a couple of barrels. Should be enough for Winthrop to get the shots locked in, but Maryville still coming away with the opening eliminations. Finally, Winthrop start to find a couple, but their ammunition's just not good enough with the Guardians. Even the long-range action doesn't come through, and Maryville, that's about as free as it gets.
And it was so individualized, too, despite the fact that, like, everyone is there, everyone is fighting, like, everyone has time to reposition. Maryville make it so, like, step by step again. And also, two of them just walk in through heaven and get free kills. That'll definitely help. I mean, that is the round where you have enough to say. You have enough of a bullhorn to drown out everything else on site that normally you would have so much trouble getting through. Yeah, me too, buddy. These are the opportunities that Winthrop should be fully pounced on, and Maryville, they're just able to come right back and cut through all of it. Like it's mere brush.
Yeah, for real. And the more dastardly thing about these rounds is now Maryville with this lead and this economy can start doing weird stuff like this. Like you haven't seen this before.
Yeah, let's get silly.
Ooh, okay, I was about to say, Renz is off by himself. Giza was not able to supply the help needed on that barrier or breaking, but doesn't make a difference. Follows up to keep his jet safe. I mean, this has been, I won't say an embarrassing half, because again, a couple of these rounds are like 1v1 situations. It's just Winthrop cannot get on site comfortably.
Yeah. There's just no proper way to fully scare Maryville. And again, you can make the exact same, we're in a mirror matchup, you can make the exact same argument when we swap sides. There is a very feudal attack util base that both these teams are basing themselves off of. They are living for the firepower. And the issue is right now, Maryville is just fully denying. They're just fully overpowering. Again, can that translate to them trying to get on site themselves, them having to make all of this space? Because, I mean, Maryville, from previous history, has also been a little bit better at being able to stopgap more often. Winthrop tends to be more about that one-and-done play style of let's take the firefight, let's win it out, let's just be better in this moment when we know we have everything, when we know we can control things. And they've just not been able to shape rounds to that manner. Yeah. At least when they get the spike down. Up until then, everything's great. They're waltzing right forward until this round, of course, where now Maryville can start really sticking a fork in it.
Yeah, the old thinking face for Winthrop right now. Yeah, I mean, it is tough because they're having like you mentioned, with this composition, they're having a hard time getting early ground without having to spend key utility to do it, which means you don't have the ability to scale deeper onto site if you do have to use that utility just to get the openings. And that's a credit to Maryville, just forcing the issue, playing up close and personal, and really kind of being a forward first line defense right now. So purchase, it's not great for Winthrop. They've got a Hunter's Fury again for Governor. But even if you look at the tally of the scoreboard, like outside of Renz and Caloric, who've been obviously very good, like it's been a pretty even battle considering it's 9-0. Like this is not a scoreline that you would sit there and say like, oh, Winthrop is getting throttled, but they just can't find those last couple of kills to either get on site comfortably or finish off a round.
Yeah, it's been tip for tap, and then the dominoes just start following, and Maryville realizes they can just death ball back up and just smother. This comp is just very defensively oriented. Just almost every one of these agents is so built to be able to just fully bear hug a composition attacking them like this. Like Viper, KJ, even the Sova, the shock darts do so much better a job at stalling than opening on this map. Because again, the chokes are just so massive. So again, Maryville, I can't say it enough. They could very well run into the same roadblocks, but they've also gone 100% on pistols so far.
Ooh, Giza in a little bit of trouble here. Never mind. No. Governor tried to throw a shock dart with no help. And this is just supposed to be a show of force at B while the hit develops slowly at A. Nice moment for moves. Little snap gets us to a 3v3. Spike is not in a position to be planted yet, though. And that means Chloric can still hold an angle. Ren's up top. Gets us now to the 2v2. Viper's pit for Glyph off the plant. Is there going to be a quick challenge here? Giza and Chloric are thinking about it, but we'll hold for a moment.
You don't know where Infiltrator is, and he's already too close for this. He also, he cleared for the res as well.
No
and Giza finds
way.
the kill on Infiltrator. That's preposterous.
Yeah, that's just not supposed to happen. That's just how this map is going, though. Winthrop, I won't say they're making critical mistakes, but now we can say with some definition that they're just not shooting as well here in map 2 as they were in map 1.
Nope. It's been a shooting gallery for MU, and by default, that should make it one for WU too. They've had the same opportunities to pack in and fly out, especially on that B site. It's looked so vulnerable from time to time. Dude, remember back in the day, it feels like ages ago at this point, where Ali was just W King forward. He was just able to play right on top of his own walls. Those days are done. Over. We've got to clear out. We've got to flush away. We've got to get rid of all of these open sight lines, all of these open chokes, and play for these moments, these individual lone moments, 2-second long moments, where we get a spike down and we have slightly more people in this particular vicinity for these 5 seconds. It's just still not enough. Such a good defensive comp, so tough to run into and to be run against. And wow, Zerona, he's found a 1.5 tap? What is that with the Fury?
Well, it hits once after the reveal, I think, had come through behind that.
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
heal is up, so Infiltrator will get back to full health, obviously losing the shields. Moves?
I mean, this is normal for him.
Two, yeah, but it's just like, how do you get a chance to actually peek this and put pressure on the defense from this position, which we haven't seen before? He would have to peek and win that 1v1, you would think. But
he might just be purely playing for somebody to creep up tube as soon as they make noise on A.
Well, he might get it. Oh,
my
wow.
God,
Okay,
dude.
well, you call that right, 10. It's just, you got to hit those shots again. So now the hit is underway to A, and Ange even finds a 1-for-1 trade. Lockdown comes out for the defense. Zerona trying to hold their ground with a little bit of help from the snake bite. Hunter's Fury on the flip side, trying to counter the lockdown, but there's an angle for that too. 11-0, and we may be talking about Ascent just like that.
I feel like sometimes when Governor uses a util, it feels like sometimes he like completely shuts everything else out in the universe. And it doesn't matter if it's like the Hunter's Fury or the Shock Dart or the like he's just fully in his own little pocket universe for those couple seconds that he's using it. And Winthrop has just been so unable to stack on top of that, for one, because again, that's supposed to be your primary flushing tool. And two, just each other as a whole.
Yeah. Well, it's not been ideal for Winthrop, and it's not getting any better here. All right.
We're thinking next map.
What are we thinking about Ascent? Yeah, where's our thoughts there? I think the thing, too, just to speak to it, like, pending this becomes a 13-0, if you're Winthrop, you're just like, all right, shake that off. Like, whatever. Like, shoot.
Yeah, it almost means less if it's a 13-0.
Does, dude. Like, I would rather lose 13-0 than 13-11, I think.
Yeah, imagine the fake comeback happening here after all this talk of like how good the comp is defensively. If Maryville runs into the same problems until 12-11. Oh, couldn't you imagine?
I think we all could, but
manifest with me, chat. Come on, let's go. Let's get a circle going.
Well, kumbaya. No, this has been. I mean, this is a playoff match, by the way.
Yeah. For top 6. And for Winthrop, it means so much, dude. Runners up right now, points-wise. I think this cushions them away from one more team being able to catch up to. But I think it only makes it so like 2 or 3 teams are able to beat them in points. Pretty influential. Meanwhile, Maryville, I mean, they've got to come out guns blazing. They have to win this tournament in order to make Ascension.
Yeah, good call. Good call. All right. Oh, a little shoulder check. Ollie sees a bit of info. Still hanging. Sheriff versus Classic. Who do you like? I like the team with more people. That will happen. Maryville for first blood, and there's an opportunity to get this quickly planted on the B. Moves really can't do anything about this. Like I said, moves of the Sheriff. Always good for one. Didn't need more than that, though. There's the first. Ooh, whoa, just over his shoulder. But Maryville are going to have the setup they want.
I'm going to just push right in on top of it, too.
Yeah, only way they can do it, and it's just not looking good. Glyph inside the Poison Cloud. Giza, right-click territory. Doesn't matter. Wow. When was the last time you saw a 13-0 between 2 good teams? Because I don't know if I've seen it.